Hello and welcome back to Country Mama Plans. It is Amanda and we are going to plan the last week of August. So that is August 25th through the 31st. So it really is like the last week because next week will be the first week of September. That's exciting. And I have like nothing on my monthly to show what's going on next week. And I'm filming this on Thursday the 21st, just because a lot of times on the weekends I don't have time to film right now, but I'm hoping in the next couple weeks I can start filming this on Sunday, so I'll have a better idea of what my week's gonna look like. So this week we are going to use I say full kit. It's 2 pages, but I've not used this one and I've had it for a long time. It is MK 346. I've got pages C and D, and this is from Planner Kate. So I usually get like the functional sheet, and then I've got I get the hourly in case I use it on my hourly, but you can also use the hourly in the vertical, so it's not that. That's just what we do. So, what do I want to do? I'm like, do I want to use that in the bottom, or do I want to use it? I think I want to use the washi at the top. I think that's going to be my plan. So let's do that. I got my camera, my tripod. I'm not going to cover up my days. I don't want to cover those. So we're gonna do that. Here's my... There we go. And then we also have it. I think I'm going to top this over here, because I think that will be fun. Alright, and then let's take the other piece and we will put it over here. Alright. So there is washi, and then we are going to, let me zoom in just a little. There we go. All right, that'll get you a little bit closer. So I'm gonna put down my, what are these called? Let's see. Now that's gonna cut the bottom one off because that washi took up more space. But you know what? I think I'm going to leave it. Or, yeah, I'm going to leave it. It'll be okay. I'm not too worried about it. So I hope everybody has had a good August. I can't believe it's over. August was super busy. That's probably why I went by so fast. And honestly, at this point, I'm thinking, you know, maybe everything going by fast isn't such a bad thing. But I feel like I don't take time to like stop and smell the roses, if you know what I mean. I'm going to put this one down here. See what I mean? Like normally that should not run into that, but because of the washi. And then that still leaves 5 that I can use for another week. So I like it when it works out that way. All right, so let's put our weekend sticker on right there. Love that. That's fun. All right, so we have a start. That looks pretty good. So we have our kind of our overlay here. We have super duper uber exciting. We have payday this week. Love payday. So, next Friday is payday. Love it when payday comes around. I also need to do my budget next week. So, that's one of my to-dos that will go on here is budgeting. Alright, so we have practices. So the question is, I'm almost thinking I'm going to put, Peyton will have, let's see, think. Okay, Peyton has a game on Monday after school. And Popper has practice, like in the evening. So I have both of those. Peyton will probably have practice on Tuesday because she has practice like every day. So we're going to just assume that there's probably going to be practice. Yep. Go. And then Peyton has, oh wait, no. These are for games. So Peyton has a game Wednesday. And then Piper is cheering on Friday. It is rec night at our high school. And rec night means the rec league cheerleaders and football players come. The football players don't play, I don't think. But the cheerleaders get to get up there and like cheer for part of the game or so, I don't know. Anyway, so it's rec night. So she'll do that so she won't have practice. Yay! And she doesn't have anything Saturday. So Piper only has one practice. Peyton will have practice probably Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know if they'll have it on Friday or not because there's a home football game. So I don't know yet. I'm not going to put Friday down yet just because I don't know, since there's a football game, if they will have practice or not. It's the first football game of the season, so that's why I'm like, they may not. I'm going to put this here. I don't know what that tapping is. I thought it was Piper, but I think it's Maddie upstairs. Okay, so I'm going to put the little camping right there just to block off some of Saturday because I usually don't have a lot to plan on Saturday, and since I put this over here, then I can't really, I don't want to take up the space. Alright, so Saturday is usually my meal planning day, so I need to put my little meal plan sticker here. Oh my god, Maddie's gonna kill me. Can somebody run up and tell her to stop beating the floor?
I'm watching the show.
Meal plan. And then Sunday, we will have grocery day. And we'll go grocery shopping. And meal prepping and all those things. So we've got all those. The no school. We don't have school that Monday because it's Labor Day. So that's exciting. But we have
practice.
We have school all week. No, there's no practice that day either. You're off that Monday.
Free.
There's nothing. There's nothing that day. So, like, yes. She's doing it again. I'm going to beat her. Not really. I promise. Okay. So here, I'm going to put this week up here on our little camper. So that way we'll just make kind of a running list of things that need to get done and put them here. We don't have any days off. We have no days with no school. trash day is Tuesdays. So I always stick that up there just so I don't forget. Planner time. I'm almost thinking I like Thursdays for planning just because I'm home and we don't have any late activities. So let's throw this one down here, because usually Thursdays I start getting an idea of what my next week's going to look like. So we have that. I have a meeting Tuesday morning at work. And then I have I'm going to use one of these. I have a Zoom training on Royal Caribbean Tuesday night. I think it's at 7:30. So I'll be on a Zoom call then to do Royal Caribbean training. I do book Royal Caribbean, if I've not said that. I teach first grade, but I'm also a travel agent. I specialize in Disney. I do the most Disney, but I also book other cruises besides just Disney Cruise Line. I do Royal Caribbean and Norwegian right now. I'm working on training on some other stuff, but for the most part, that's what I'm doing. I may start doing sandals and maybe a couple other cruise lines. We're just... I stay busy with Disney, so, you know, spreading out is, while I'm working full-time, teaching is kind of hit and miss. And I don't want to take on people that I can't do a good job for. So that's why I kind of stick with Disney, just because it's my wheelhouse and I'm the most familiar with it and I go the most often. So it is what it is. Okay, so that's got practices, games, payday, meeting, all the things. So where's my little, I have a little meeting girl, don't I? Yes, I do. Look at her. She's so cute. Look at her. Isn't she adorable? So I want to take one of the little ones and put it right here. Okay. So we're going to do that. So I'll be on Zoom there. Let's put in our, while I've got this out, our little stickers here. I think this one would work really well this week, and we've not used any of them. So we're going to use this one. And so we have a lot of videos next week because it's the end of the month. Because we'll have, you know, setting up September. So there'll be an extra video on here. One of my other channels, I'll have 3 videos next week instead of just 2. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. And then we have 2 on, I think, Friday. No. 1 on Friday, 1 on Saturday. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I've got to get some filming done. That will be okay, because we will get there. Anyway. Okay, so I got all those done, and those look good. I like the colors. I do not have a habit tracker because I don't get the sidebar all the time. So I may need to find me a little habit tracker to stick over here. I have been using my habit tracker in my dashboard because I carry my dashboard planner to school with me every day. This is kind of where I lay out my week and add things that happen. So this is like really like memory keeping too. To a point, because I don't have to keep these, but I enjoy, you know, laying out the whole function of the planner. And then the one I carry my dashboard back and forth to school just because I can just scribble in it and I don't worry about what it looks like. This one I worry a little more. I want it to be like pretty and functional. So this is where it like holds everything, and then the dashboard is like where I take notes and scribble in like last minute things and pre-plan and do all that stuff. So what else do I need to do? Weather. Where's my phone? Let me get my phone and we will do weather right quick. Okay, where's my weather stickers? I've heard it's supposed to cool down, start really cooling down next week, but we will see. There they are. Okay, so we are running super low on some of these, and then we have one full sheet. So we are at, okay, so Monday, it's looking like mostly sunny, which is rare. And the temperature, I need a skinnier pen. Okay, the temperature should be the high 76 and the low is 52. Tuesday, completely cloudy, and it should be, the high is 70. That's kind of sad. Oh, great. Then Wednesday is mostly sunny, but the high is only 69. And the low is 48. We hit our first 40 below 50 degree night there. Okay, Thursday is mostly sunny. Should be a pretty week. Just not gonna be super warm. Thursday is 72 and 52. And then Friday is mostly sunny. 73 and 53. And Saturday is mostly cloudy. Let's just take this cloud. Of course, the day off is the cloudy day. At least it's not rainy. 72 and 54. And then Sunday is chance of rain, and it is 73 and 55. There we go. All right. We don't have a lot of windy days here. Like, we don't have a lot of days where it's like full on windy. I don't know. We just don't.
I just unlocked hair.
You can see them talking back here. Okay, so this evening, like once, like Mondays are pretty well just shot, because by the time I pick her up from her ball game and then we grab something to eat, maybe it's time for her practice, and that runs us till 8, and then we come home, they get baths, and it's time to go to bed. So, like, it looks very deceiving. That's like, well, the rest of your Monday is empty. Well, so I probably need to, like, delineate that, maybe, make them bigger to show that it's taking up more space. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, those two things take up the rest of our afternoon. So, that's just what Mondays look like right now. Tuesdays, that meeting is in the morning. So it is at like 7:10 in the morning. So as soon as we get to school, pretty much, I have a meeting. And then that will be practice, game, and that'll be most of the evening. So I feel like I've got a lot of blank space here. But like these little things are going to take up like huge chunks of time that there probably won't be time to add a lot more to it. So like this week, like this is Thursday, so this is where we are. You know, I filled in, like I filmed there, I decluttered some clothes, I made supper and I wrote in what I made there because we ate out Monday. Last night we ate out for Maddie's birthday, so I could put that in there. That was family time. And then I put all of that stuff down here. And so far, you know, I'm not really fielding anything here because she'll have volleyball till 4:30, and then an hour later I have to have Piper at cheer, and that's till 7:30. And then I pick up something to eat and we come home. So that pretty much takes up our entire Friday evening. So, I mean, there's not going to be a lot there, but that's what plans are, you know. So that might be something. And then I didn't even do, like I did my lists up here and I didn't have like anything to add over here because it was the first week of school. Pretty much it's survival mode the first week of school. So we just do our thing. But if you have your planner and you're like, oh, you know, I need to fill up the space, you don't have to fill up the space. You know, you do you and fill it in how you will. If I was using my hourly planner, you know, I could block off time spaces a little bit and it would show a little more. But the way I do this one is, you know, if something really cool happens Monday or if there's something I want to add, then I can add that in here and there's space to do that. That's one reason I do like a vertical planner, is I can be a little more creative when I finish them off. Cause see, like I didn't even finish off this weekend because it was the weekend before school and we just took off and chilled and had a great weekend. We went and got sushi that weekend. I need to put that in there. But see, some of these we did. I don't add a lot on the weekends because we, you know, hang out at home, and I don't make a big long to-do list. I do my housework and we have family time, and that's just what we do. So this is what the last week of August looks like. It is a pretty chill week other than just, you know, a few games and a few practices. It should not be too hectic and I should be able to catch up and get some stuff done. And then the first week of September is going to be great because we're off on Monday and there's only 4 days of school. So, and hopefully there's no volleyball practice and we won't have any practices that day. And so it's going to be really nice to have a 3-day weekend. So anyway, have a great week. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.